everyone, it's Marina from Say Something Crafty. I am here to do a project share with you. This is a enormous project that I've never done before. This journal that I've made is 20 inches by 12.5 inches, and I've never taken on a project this big before, but I'm super excited because it turned out better than I could have imagined. So I don't have a name for this yet. It's gonna be like either the Witch's Atlas or Atlas Grimoire or something of that nature. I don't know yet. I can't decide, but I think it does need to be called an atlas. And I'm gonna zoom out so you guys can see just how big this is and how I can't even get it to be entirely on camera when I zoom all the way out. So I'm gonna show you. Okay, so this is the entire journal, and this is like how big it is. It is very, very big. So you guys are gonna see my setup area here and how I guess you're just gonna see extra stuff, which is okay because I want to show you the entire journal that I made, and it's so big. So I hope you guys are excited about this as I am, because I have never seen a journal this big. And I was just sitting there like, you know what? I've made big journals, but I've never made them this big before. So I was like, I'm gonna make a huge journal for no reason, just because I want to. So I couldn't use a regular ruler. I had to use a fabric ruler for everything that I did. Fabric cutting, I had to use the rotary cutter, and I had to individually cut each and every one of these pages that I put in here, and they were coffee dyed individually as well, because you can't fit all this paper in the oven at one time, so I can't bulk dye like I like to do with this kind of paper. And by the way, because I know I'm going to receive questions about this, I used an easel roll. So those easel rolls that are at Walmart that you can just, they're in a big roll. I'm going to grab one for you. So they look like this. And this is the roll that I used. I went to Walmart, and I think they're like $7 or $8. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I think I got a lot. So I measured and cut. I didn't really do much measuring. I kind of wanted it to be wonky and uneven, and I wanted it to look tattered and old, so I just kind of cut out large strips, folded them in half, then coffee dyed them. So each individual page was coffee dyed by itself. And oh my gosh, there's 4 signatures, and I can't remember how many pages I put in each signature, but sewing this in was a nightmare. I couldn't do anything on my regular works area because it was just too much. It's too much. It's too big. Like, I could barely get this open in here. So I guess I'm just gonna go over what I did with you guys really quick. This part right here is on a canvas board that I did similar to this book. Let me start from the beginning. Okay, I used premium book board. I also used Jade PVA glue, which is premium bookbinding conservation glue. It's neutral pH, acid-free, non-yellowing, flexible, and it dries clear and permanent. And it contains no solvents. So the Jade PVA that I used for this is like the best glue you can use. And for the cover, I created a crackle effect, and I did a resin piece here, and in here is an Ouroboros with Triskelale. I don't know how you say it. I'm not sure, but that's in there as well. And then I have, from my own collection, I have some sea glass. This is a little jar here. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it. Let me get a close-up of this for you. Alright, so over here I have a little tiny jar of sea sand. Then I just put some of this extra stuff in here. There's a seashell. I have a feather because I wanted all elements to be represented in this area here. I have a feather that I need to put back in here. I don't know where it went. But that was for air. Then there is a crystal, there's fire for fire, and then there's some protection stuff and elements in here like mistletoe. There's some mistletoe right over here underneath these blackthorn thorns. And this is a firestone over here. And then it's just got elements of earth, sea, water, and air, or fire and air, yeah. So I have some crystals down here, and then I did some work with some metal and some sculpting. Did a little bit of sculpting. Let's see. Yeah, so I just added the crackle effect, and then of course I added a couple of other elements to the journal cover that I liked, which would be the spine here and the bands here and here. And I just added some metal embellishments and some book corners, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and open it for you. I'm not sure how I'm going to get this whole thing into the video for you guys. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the whole thing in there, but I'm going to show as much as I can because I'm super excited about this. Okay. So inside, on the spine, I used muslin. I used muslin on both sides, and this is just some silk that I put over the inside. There's also some rivets here, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a flip through for you. I put a lot of them are different sizes. I have a lot of pockets in here, and inside of every single pocket there are different magical things that you can have in here. Now, if the recipient makes this purchase and decides to buy this journal and tells me that they don't want this stuff in here, they just want the journal as is without the extra stuff, let me know and I'll take this stuff out for you. But if this is something that somebody buys and they want to use it for their Book of Shadows or their grimoire or whatever they decide to use it for, I have put some items in here that one might find useful, like recommended supplies for beginner witches. There are symbols and their meanings, stones and their uses, and I did print them all on premium parchment paper, presentation parchment paper. So I have to stand for this. And it's just gorgeous, you guys. Like when you look at it and you open it up, it feels so good. I want to keep it, but I can't because I can't keep everything in it. So, here are 12 kitchen witch tips, general witch types, beginner crystals, and there are pockets in here, so you can put your own stuff in here if you want to. And I don't know what was going on when I was just like, I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna make a really large journal because I feel like it. And I kept getting this paper because I was telling myself I want to make this really large journal. That's why I kept getting this, I had that easel roll, and I was like intimidated because I never made one this big. But I love it. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I regret nothing. This took me about 5 days altogether to make, because I had cut the paper, dyed the paper, then, you know, everything else. I had to make the cover in two separate, you know, I had to paint the cover separately, and then I had to put the covers together, and then I had to glue them. It's just it's a big thing. So here is the pages for essential oils and elemental stones, and there's some parchment paper in here. And I don't have any, oh, what do you want to call it? I don't have any embellishments on the inside, really, besides papers, because, you know, the whole point of this thing is for the recipient to fill it up with their personalized stuff. So here are runes, rune alphabet and symbols, Viking runes and meanings. Here are witches runes. I think that's so cool. And then I love the way this paper sounds. I love the way it feels. It's magnificent. Like in my head, I'm like, I want to make 20 more of these, but in reality, I'm just like, wow, it kind of hurt. It kind of hurt me to make them because I had to sit on the floor and do it, and I was in like certain positions for long periods of time. Making a magic wand. Here's tips for making a magic wand. How to cast a circle. Magical hours of the day. Essential and sacred plants. And binding runes. Simple circle casting, another little page on casting. And then, I'm not sure what this is. I have purchased this, and I think it was part of the element pack that I got for here. But this is the element of earth, and its symbol and all that's information on that. So, that goes in this giant piece here. And there are sigils for protection, following poisonous herbs, a list of poisonous herbs, because that's important to know if you're doing herbal stuff. And this is the air element. Did I already have that in there? Let me check. I don't want to have that in there twice. That's weird. Okay, no, there's earth and air. Okay. I've never held a book this big, and I'm really glad my first one is me, that I made this, that I'm just like super excited about this book because it just feels so great. A lot of love went into making this one. A lot of love. And let's see, I have some more pockets in here. And these ones, this is my little spell area. Here's a spell to find what is lost, depression relief spell, and anti-hex spell, because I'm all about healing and protection. Here are moon glyphs and some more runes. Some of these coffee designs turned out super beautiful. And I love how crinkly the pages turned out. Some of them are torn, and it adds to the effect that I wanted in here. And I went ahead, actually, because some of them were too long, the pages were too long, and I ripped them at the bottom, or the top, or both, depending on how big the page actually was. And then that is the back. So that is this journal, this large, gorgeous beauty. There we go. It's all in screen now. Okay, I'm sorry you guys, my voice is out. I went to a family Christmas last weekend, and not everybody, but a few people were sick, so I got a cough. I think I'm glad I escaped with a cough. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this journal. If you have any questions, let me know. I really enjoyed making this, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. And this is gonna be like, I wanted to share this for the new year. This is just this big, beautiful book, this gorgeous book. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.